Hello, we are the Stop Wearing My Clothes podcast. I'm Amy.
And I'm Kayla.
One podcast, two sisters.
This is episode number 62, and we are going to do a Love is Blind Part 3 recap. But before then, Taylor Swift and Joe Alwyn break up, but there is a new reality TV crossover couple. So one flower dies, another blooms. Story of life. Let's get into it.
Hello.
Hello. Do you notice anything different about me?
No.
Okay, so I use it to save money because I am a fake redhead. I don't know if you guys know that. So I have to get my hair done pretty often, or it goes bad fast. So I was like, okay, what if I try to like bridge the gap and I get this like shampoo color situation? Mm-hmm. So I did it last night, and I'm really sad because I used to have blonde like little highlights, and now they're pink, and I look like a lead singer of an emo band, and I hate it. I look like an idiot.
Well, the lighting on here, I feel like it doesn't look super bad. Okay, it almost matches. Yeah. But when you turn, I kind of see a little pinky.
Yeah, it's like, it's not cute. But, you know, I was trying to look good for you because I'm going to see in a couple days what I do for your eyes looking at me.
I thought that what I was looking at was you being depressed because of Taylor Swift and her long time.
Well, I am also personally going through a breakup. Like, this isn't just Taylor. This is, if Taylor is hurting, we are all hurting. Like, what, I know you aren't as deep dive, but we're going to the Eras tour together in August. Like, you need to know everything that's up. Give me well, I'm the one who told you. This is happening. I'm freaking out. Amy calls me, and I'm listening to the Lover album on the top of my lugs screaming because I'm trying to, like, I was hoping if I screamed loud enough, like,
she'd hear you.
She would maybe hear me. But apparently what is being said, it was amicable. It happened right before the Eras tour. But at the same time, and just like, they're so private, so it's hard to know what they were going through. But like 6 years, how many love songs she has like written about this man for it just to amicably like walk away? I don't know. I feel like there's more to the story.
Maybe it was the itch was coming and they wanted to end it before the itch came.
The 7-year itch is real. Me and Marcus almost broke up at 7 years.
I don't know. Jared and I have almost known each other for 10 years now.
Well, it only goes downhill from here. No, just joking. There's ups
definitely
and downs.
Going uphill from not from the beginning, but you know what I mean.
It's you guys have had bumpier roads, for sure. But I like him now.
Oh, good. I'm glad you finally approve.
He's a really good dad. I feel like it makes up for some of his other shortcomings. So there is a big area of Taylor Swift Nation that do not believe these breakup rumors. And I have chosen to believe it because, I mean, all of the big wigs have gone there, and like Entertainment News and Entertainment Week, like all of the ones that you like go to and being like, whoa, they posted it. This isn't some like podcast just rumor or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. But then I don't know if you saw, this weekend was like the only weekend the Eras tour wasn't happening.
Mm-hmm.
And so she like went out, and she only if she's seen, she wants
to be seen. Yeah.
And had this and then she's still wearing the necklace with the J. Well, we couldn't fully see the J, but it looked very similar to a past thing. Mm-hmm. And then some people said that they were just seen in Liverpool together also this weekend. So I don't know what to believe, but I think I'm sticking to them being broken up. And if they aren't, it's a fun, great surprise.
Yeah, I guess like why would people be saying that if it wasn't true?
Because it hasn't come from Taylor herself, and she's like posted things before, like, oh, we hear crazy rumors about a relationship all the time. We just laugh at them, like we never respond or anything like that. So if it's like another situation like this, that we're just jumping to conclusions, like there are some diehard people out there. But then also on the other side of things, people are now looking back at past Eras footage first of all, Joe was not in attendance.
Mhm.
Which right there is kind of interesting, especially with her full family and everything. And also, there is a video of her singing Champagne Problems on kind of like a
Oh
part that
yeah,
kind of sounds like
crying.
crying. So like, and then also she, I guess, I don't know how they know this, but Taylor Swiftum knows that, I guess. Oh, okay. So the folklore section of the thing
Mhm.
is the opening song was supposed to be Invisible String, which I don't
Mhm.
know if you know or know that song specifically. I actually always say it's like me and Marcus's song. It's like a very lovey-dovey type song.
Mhm.
But she was going to open with that, but instead she took it out completely and switched it with The One, which is more of like about the one who got away. So I don't
Hmm.
know. There's little things on each side, but I am choosing to believe that they are broken up.
And I'm choosing to believe that they're still together.
All right. Well, should we bet on it? Should we? Something happen? Someone else has to dump a water bottle on our heads
Okay.
once something gets confirmed by Taylor herself.
All right. I agree.
Okay, agreed. All right. Now
Mm.
let's get into happy and annoyed. Amy, did you prepare any? I wasn't sure if you did. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's start with you then.
Okay, so my happy is I don't know when the CMT Awards were. It could have been actually a couple weeks ago, but I saw the freaking cutest video of Kelsea Ballerina and Chase Stokes. So, well, Cassie Bell, is that how you say your name, or is it like Cass?
I think so.
Okay,
I'm not like a huge fangirl, but I'm a fangirl of this couple.
yeah. So, she was performing, and it's him like holding his phone, recording, like singing along, and then he's not recording anymore, and he's just singing. So we'll like put the link down here
Oh,
to
I
it because
love
it's
it. Okay, cool.
so cute. It's so cute.
They have come out swinging. Like they're one of
Mhm.
my favorite like celebrity couples. And I also like I'm not a huge country music person, but also at the
Mhm.
CMT Awards, she I'm sure during the exact same thing she was performing and she had drag queens go up and perform with her, which
Yeah, I
unfortunately
saw
is
that.
a political statement nowadays. But especially since Tennessee, like Nashville, like the heart of country music is where they're doing these bans on drags, and it's like absolutely ridiculous. So I like that she like, even though she's in that industry and maybe it could be pressured to do or say certain things, I
Mhm.
was really happy that she did that in that environment because I think it did like take a stand. So I was happy about
Yeah.
that.
I listen to country music on and off, but I don't really know her specifically or like what her songs are and stuff.
Mhm.
But I went back and listened to her whole new album because it's all about her
I've heard
divorce
it's good.
and
Should I?
watch the videos. Just watch all the videos. It's like a movie. She created like a movie with her songs. It's pretty
Ooh.
cool. Um,
Cool. Yeah,
yeah.
I'll have to go back. Believe it or not, me and Marcus have 90s country nights.
Oh, 90s country's where it's at.
Yep.
Always.
The chicks have a Las Vegas residency and we've almost gone so many times. We're big fans.
Are
Um
you not you're going?
no, we didn't end up actually buying any
Oh,
tickets or whatever.
bummer.
No. But I know we wanted to see Sabrina Carpenter too. There's just so many good shows and so many cool like situations. Oh, speaking of, I know you're not big into Bravo, but Bravo is always in New York every year. So it's a little bit of a far trek if I decided to go. It's now in Las Vegas. They're
So
just
what do
this
you
year.
mean by Bravo?
Bravocon, they do panels. Every single Bravo celebrity will be there. They do panels for each show. It's like a holiday for Bravo people. It's like
Wow.
if you're in the reality TV content
Mhm.
creation space, you should probably be there. Even though I know Bravo isn't like our main sitch, like
Mhm.
we still on our TikTok talk about it, just not on here because you
Yeah,
don't.
you should go.
I'm thinking about it because I love, and also like a excuse to do Vegas. And I think Marcus would be like perfect. He would be he'd hold my purse. He would take videos as I meet Countess Luann, like, and then especially with Sandoval. This is the first Sandoval Bravocon. And I'm
Mhm.
actually going to dive right into Scandival
Okay.
because we have something very exciting that made me happy. And Ariana is allegedly in talks to, it's looking like she is going to be on Dancing with the Stars.
I saw that. That's so fun. And I've like heard that that's a really healing experience. So I bet it will be like
Yeah.
really good for her.
You know what I want? I want her to get the hottest guy there. I don't know, Gleb or
I
like
was thinking
someone.
Gleb maybe.
Yeah,
I bet
I
they
don't
would
know.
get it on.
He's single, right? I think so.
I guess it
And
doesn't
I
matter
want her
though.
to have a hot, sexy, steamy Dancing with the Stars romance. And I
Yeah.
want Sandoval. if you know anything about Sandoval, he's a narcissist and he needs all the attention on him and does not let Ariana have any. So the fact that she is now also a lead in a Lifetime movie, she's been casted, Dancing with the Stars, like she's killing it.
Dancing with the Stars, though, better not be evil and try to get him too.
Could
you imagine?
There's no way. No, he would be gone. Like no one would vote for him. There's absolutely no shot in hell. Who do you think the Bachelor is going to be? Like the Bachelor Nation, like token. You know, they always have at least one. I was thinking Charity.
Yeah, Charity, but would that be too
I think
close
it'd
to
be
her
like
season?
right after, which is like actually good momentum. That's what Gabby did.
I don't know. What about the other Gabby?
Ooh, the other Gabby could actually be perfection.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since
and that would be good too. A good like healing experience as well.
This would be the first time. Have they ever done one without them being a lead?
No.
I think it's only been bachelors or bachelorettes. So that would be interesting. She could make history, and I'm down for it.
Yeah, and especially since she's such a fan favorite, though, I feel like it wouldn't. Well, Joe. No, Joe. Joe.
You're right. You're right. At the grocery store, that's like the one I actually went to in person. You are right.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I see that. Let's do it. Let's manifest it. Gabby Elnicki is going to be on next season of Dancing with the Stars.
Well, you better not say it exactly like that. Someone just only hears that clip, and we're going to start a bad rumor.
I won't just post that clip, and maybe we could start a fake rumor. I'm down. You got to do what you got to do for views. No, I'm just kidding.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not so happy. It actually happened to me, like...
What?
April 9th, 2023. I was in my bed. I'll paint the picture for you. And I was watching my nightly television show, New Girl. And at approximately 12:26 p.m., it kicked me off, and New Girl is no longer on Netflix.
What?
I know.
Where is it?
In 5 days, it'll hop on to Hulu.
Oh, okay. Well, that's better at least. But that's 5 days of sadness.
Yeah, and then also just I like watch. Netflix keeps taking away my shows. I like watching on there because Hulu I have fucking commercials, even though I pay like $80 a month to get live. I'm so confused. If you have live,
it's freaking
you should not
junk.
have commercials.
No, it's junk. You pay for commercial free, whatever, but because it's live, they don't actually give you commercial free. So it's a scam.
It's stupid.
But if you don't have live and you have commercial free, then you don't have to watch commercials.
No,
so
it's
I'm
a joke.
It's dumb.
Yeah, and I have to have live for when we do recaps of The Bachelor and stuff like that. So it's like I have no choice.
I don't have access to watching The Bachelor on Hulu anymore. Anytime I try to watch it live, gone. So I have to watch it on.
We need to look into it.
I think I watch it on Fubo now.
Oh, okay. I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I think that's also. Oh no, City
Mom has
TV
that,
is Bachelor in Paradise Canada. I've kind of given up on that.
When did it start?
I don't know.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. So that was very upsetting.
Very. My annoyed is we don't have to get too deep into it because I know we're going to talk about it so much, but all I have to say is Jackie. And I just have to say no.
Just Jackie.
I want to delete her from my brain forever.
Yeah, no,
I do not like her.
She's up there with Bartise, and
not good.
Not great. I guess what I had for my happy ahead of time, like when I actually planned, not the one that I just came up with on the spot, is I was watching Jersey Shore this week, and there is a big like LA restaurant that they go to a lot. But this last episode, they went to the exact same table that I once sat at.
Wow. So basically, you rubbed rear ends with the Jersey Shore.
Yep. And also, it is now reported that Rodney and Sammie are filming together. They are under the same roof, filming right now. So, I mean,
any
time
are they both
to
single?
Come back to Jersey Shore, now's the time. I think he is. She's not. He is like 5 years sober, though, and has full custody
maybe it'll be
of
like
his daughter.
Healing. Aw. Yeah. Maybe it'll be a healing thing then.
I hope so. I hope that they can just like joke and be like, Ron, stop. But like as a joke.
It's so old. Who cares at this point? I hope they.
But what if it goes the opposite route and like their toxic things come back and they're like
making out?
They can't control themselves around each other. I don't know. I just know
she does the hanky panky and ruins her own relationship.
Yep. I'm tuning in, and Amy, now's the time if you ever want to jump back on the Jersey Shore bandwagon.
Where do you watch that on?
Hulu.
Okay. All right.
I love it. And then it went this season, it goes through all of like the behind the scenes Vinny on Dancing with the Stars. They're all moms now. So it's like
Mhm.
Snooki and Dina having like a meatball mom day. Like, I don't know. I feel like you would like it. Like maybe even more than the earlier ones.
I'll give it a chance. I'll give it a
It's
chance.
good. Well, there is a new reality TV show that has been tweeted around. We don't know anything except for a alleged cast list. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Tayshia Adams,
Mhm.
Joey Lasso for Perfect Match, Kristen Dowdy from Vanderpump Rules, Jill Zarin, she was a Real Housewife OG, and then oh my god, that drag queen I really love that I can't think of their name.
Don't ask me.
That one. So if people are watching on YouTube, and it starts filming this month, and it's a show called The Boss. All right, and now let's get into Kardashian news because there's a handful.
Yes. So Kim Kardashian is a lead cast member on American Horror Story, the new season called Delicate. We don't really know anything about the storyline yet, but Emma Roberts is also going to be in it. So those are two. I mean, I might watch it again. I got a little creeped, so I stopped watching it because of my anxiety. But I think I might try.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely the show's had its good moments. It just
Hmm.
loses me sometimes. I think I don't
Yeah.
like how Ryan Murphy, the show creator, doesn't like tie things up in a bow at the end as I would prefer. I don't know. It
Hmm.
just like it feels like you watch it and then there's no point a little bit.
Yeah. On some of them, I really liked the Coven.
Loved
I
Kevin.
really liked
Murder House, right?
was that the first
Yeah.
one? Murder House, yes, and then I like the one that it was a house as well.
Roanoke. I
Roanoke,
loved
yeah.
Roanoke. I thought other people hated it, so I was like, "Am I the only one who loves it?" But me and
No,
Marcus
I
both.
really liked
Yeah,
it.
so that'll be
Yeah.
fun. And then kind of a quick update. Like, there's still these Chloe and Tristan rumors. We've reported on them before on the podcast. They were seen at a drive-through together recently, and the rumor is that they are helping build up. They're trying to get an arc for him on this newest season of the Kardashians before that they announce. They're going to try to kind of build him up. So interesting to see how that goes. And then I think the most juiciest is Demois has reported that Kylie Jenner and Timothy Chalamet are a couple.
What the actual heck? Like, what? Where did that come from?
So random. And if you're so this comes out Wednesday, and this next 2 weekends are Coachella. And apparently
Mhm.
we are going to see them together in one or both of these weekends. So I will keep my eye out. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok. I will keep you guys updated because I'll have my eye out.
I really do not see that, though, at all.
It's really
Like,
random. Especially
I
he's
don't see
actually
that.
a serious actor. So like what if they like get
Mhm.
married and like she goes to like the Oscars and she's like an Oscar wife? I don't know. It's just so opposite worlds and it's
Mhm.
confusing to me.
Yeah,
Um
I
but
do not
that
know.
is all we have in Kardashian news. Let's move on to Love is Blind news.
Yeah, the happiest news of all,
Yes.
Raven.
I love Raven.
So we knew because of Nick Viall's podcast that Raven had been dating someone, and she did a little bit of a soft launch, not showing his face. And then now, like on and off, she's been doing little stories that like have him in it, but we really haven't known who he is. Well, someone on TikTok made a video and like went deep diving in, and it is said that Christian Crosby, who I believe is a player for the Sixers, and she has been seen at one of those games. She took like a picture on the court, and there's just a lot of like his stories are like of the heart balloons that were for Raven for her birthday. Like it's very obvious that it's got to be him. So
Mhm.
that's super exciting, and he's super cute, and I am just like 100% rooting for them.
I know. Could you read the story she did for her birthday? Because I just like she just seems so happy, and it makes me happy for her.
On one of her stories, it was a very cute like happy birthday setup.
Did you eye
At
the
a
"I love you" on the bed? They're in the "I love you" phase,
oh.
guys.
Yep. And so she wrote, if you feel like you'll never find your person, be patient. Be your best self and believe in love because once you find it, it's so much sweeter.
It just makes me so happy for her.
So happy. She deserves it.
Yeah, agreed. And then something that was not on my Love is Blind bingo card, we found out shortly after last podcast we recorded that Bartise is a dad.
That
And
came out of nowhere.
within 24 hours, TikTok has found out who the baby mama is. Like, it's like, I feel weird giving out her information, so I'm not gonna like go into all
So it's
that.
like a
It's
random person then?
random person.
Uh-huh.
And I did TikTok stalk her. And apparently for the first 5 months, she did not know she was pregnant. And she saw pictures of her and it's like completely flat.
Uh-huh.
And so here's my timeline. All right. So Perfect Match was filmed March 2022. After the Altar was filmed August 2022. As that we found out April 2023 that he's a dad, and Amy says, and she's the baby expert between the two of us, that the baby looks approximately 4 months old. So that would mean that either like this December, January is when that baby would have been born, and that means it was conceived sometime between after Perfect Match, but before after the Altar. But it's possible because of that she wasn't sure she was pregnant for a while that he didn't know after the Altar. But here's the kicker also of like when did he find out first of all? But then also I have heard rumors, and these are rumors, so take them however you will, that on Zachary Reality's podcast, Chase said that him and Bartise just got back from filming something. That was maybe a month ago, right? So what that, I mean, at least probably a month-ish of this baby's life, he was filming something else. I have a guess of what that is, but it's like not like my guess is All Star Shore, because I heard Vinny was filming that around the same time, but I could be wrong. These are just all kind of guesses and rumors. So I mean, there you have it. It's Mom's Not Nancy. It's no one from Perfect Match. I mean, could you imagine? It would be so messy, and I would love it if it was like, well, who was his Perfect Match? Izzy? Could you imagine Izzy's the mom? But unfortunately, it's just kind
No,
of.
but I could imagine Nancy. I almost kind of wish it was because I feel like she wants kids, doesn't she?
Oh, yeah, for sure. So, shocker. And I mean, I might have said this again. Like, we're reporting on it because it's just like surprising, but like, I don't care about Bartise. He's my least favorite reality television star that has ever been had. And the fact that I have to watch him on a third season of something really just grinds my gears, because I actually just watched All Star Shore season 1 not too long ago, way back. It's incredible. And I cannot wait for season 2. And Amy is going to be watching season 2 with me because we're going to cover it.
All right, cool.
All right. This one's juicy. Okay, Love is Blind has some fun news. Okay, so people are trolling Micah's Instagram. It's not that hard to find. And let's remind everyone that Love is Blind season 4 was filmed in May 2022, so almost exactly a year ago. June 2022, Micah, I will put it up on YouTube for you, the picture. Micah is seen in a white dress running away. And the caption reads, "Looks familiar." And then you also see Ariana commenting saying, "Ha ha 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 ha." So it's like a Runaway Bride reference. It literally it's like her in a white dress running away. So this would have happened like right after Perfect Match.
Is she even allowed to do that?
I mean, not to throw in some spoilers, guys, but I mean, there's lots of spoilers this season and that you can't really get away from, mostly with the Jackie situation because she's been such a mess. But yes, so I mean, take that what you will, but that makes me lean more on the side that her and Paul did not end up together. Not that I actually thought they were going to.
I kind of was leaning towards it just because of, well, we'll get into it.
Yeah, so but she posted it, and people are now like talking about it. Okay, Jackie. And light spoiler alert for this section if you guys are really sensitive to that.
I mean, yes and no, though.
Yeah. It's kind of like, I guess you already know that her and Marshall aren't together, and she's somewhat.
And it does not seem like there's any hope for reconciliation, even on the show when you're watching it. She like flipped a switch, in my opinion.
Basically what happens is she like went crazy on Twitter, saying she's even doing interviews, like saying, like throwing Marshall on the bus, saying that he said like some type of derogatory term And I was like trying to get people not to speculate about it. And it was leaked a text message group chat with her and her friends, like right around the time like she broke up with Marshall, basically saying a bunch of like gay slurs, like things I didn't even know. Like I guess a teapot is like saying that you're gay, or something like sugar in your butt or something like that. Like it's like all these different like terms. Like
Yeah, and then he
basically,
said the only sugar I have is on those pancakes
yes,
or
he
something
he 'cause
like
he
that.
responds, and that's why I felt, like,
Mhm,
comfortable, like, talking about these text messages, because it's, like,
mhm.
she's just, like, going after him and, like, telling her friends to, like, yell teapot, at the wedding, and just, like, going after his manhood and his sexuality, and it's just, like, not a cute look at all. And then
No, I think that she actually has no soul and is not a good person.
no,
Like, I actually think that she's not a
and
good person, and I know maybe she's going through a lot of stuff, whatever, but she is being like, he has really not done. I mean, we don't know completely, but he hasn't done
no,
anything really wrong. He's not speaking ill of
no.
her. The whole time, he's been an angel to her, and she now is just turning on him. He's way too emotional. He's way too feminine. He's way too all these things. It's like, no, he's a good guy and you are a bad person and you don't deserve him. So I'm glad you think these things, because get away. And Marshall, stand strong and don't change who you are, because you're wonderful.
Preach. Yes.
Yep.
It's incredible what's going on with them, and they're definitely the ones we're going to be watching on that live reunion, because I almost feel like Jackie's has a little bit of a Shake element. Remember Shake from season 2, where he would just
Hmm.
take over the
Like, does not
reunion
get a
and just
crap.
throw out
Hmm.
wild accusations. I think Jackie is
Hmm.
going to be on fire, and it'll be interesting to see how Marshall takes it, if he's going to still stay above board. And I kind of wish he gets down and dirty and tells her the what for, but we'll see what happens.
Maybe in a kind way, he can still tell her off.
Ugh, if any, like maybe someone else, like she needs to be told off by somebody. It's awful,
Yeah.
awful. Yeah, she did do an official, like a statement. So she says speaking her truth on her Instagram, and we'll put it up on the screen. She says, "I have seen the latest episodes that have premiered on Love Is Blind, and I must speak the truth. Marshall and I were broken up before I saw Josh at the coffee shop. I am wearing different clothes, my hair is styled different, and at the end of video, I say." In all caps, I don't know if I'm going to be with Josh. I am not sure what the reason is for playing the coffee shop date before the breakup, but to restate, Marshall and I were broken up before Josh, and I had our coffee shop date. As for the ring, Marshall did not pay for the ring. Love Is Blind paid for all the rings. Rebuttal.
Okay, so this is what I have to say to that. Okay, maybe it wasn't the coffee shop date, but she definitely had gone and talked to Josh again, because Marshall doesn't even know she has been talking to Josh. And she says, I went to talk to Josh
Yeah.
in the breakup
Hmm.
conversation. So that doesn't
No,
work,
none of it worked.
lady.
There is some
No.
big gaps when it comes to Marshall and Jackie.
Hmm.
And what I want to know from the reunion is, what didn't we see? 100% that coffee shop date was not the first time. Jackie and Josh have had lots of off-camera time that we don't know about.
Hmm.
Like 100%. The kiss right away like that, and they've kissed before.
Hmm.
No. No.
Yeah.
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 All right.
No, and in that, I know we're kind of
Yeah,
going
no,
off on
good.
this, but and in that conversation, she said, if you want marriage from me, I can't give you that. So, were you never planning on getting married? Why are you even on this show,
Yeah,
girl?
actually, Rachel Lindsay does an interview with Jackie, and she just looks so stupid. I swear, and you could tell all over Rachel Lindsay's face. She's like, okay, but like, are you ready for marriage? She's like, I am ready for marriage. I've always been ready for marriage. Blah blah blah. I'm just not ready for Marshall, and it's only Marshall that. And she just looks so stupid. Um,
Marshall's an angel. He's not ready. Like, you're not ready for him. You're right, because you
yep.
suck.
All right, let's get into Bachelor news, because we still have the Love Is Blind recap later, and we'll go even more into Marshall and Jackie. And we have a pretty significant Tayshia and Luke update. They broke the internet on Monday. They spent Easter together, and Luke was with his fellow castmates of Summer House. Lindsay Hubbard, who's like the queen of Summer House, posted a group picture, and it shows Tayshia and Luke holding hands. and she very quickly
Ooh.
deletes it and reposts it, cropping them out. But it was too late. And now it's like basically everyone's saying they're dating now. So I mean, they still haven't
Yeah,
hard launched. I can't wait till they do. But spending Easter together, like
that's pretty
yeah.
intense.
And I saw like Lindsay's stories of like the day, and like she was like hanging out with all the. I don't know. It's kind of weird to see because I'm a Summer House fan. It was so weird to see
Mhm.
Tayshia in with all of them. And if she ends up like coming down for a weekend on Summer House or something, I would die. Even though Luke technically isn't on the show anymore, but maybe if he were to ever come back or Winter House or something. But
Yeah.
very exciting. We've been talking about it for forever, but now everyone else is jumping on the bandwagon.
So Aaron Clancy from Bachelor in Paradise has hard launched him and his girlfriend. He did a big video. They seem pretty in love and they've been hanging out for a while. So that's nice. Pretty blonde girl.
Do you know what that means to me? We don't have
What?
to see Aaron on Bachelor in Paradise this year.
Ah,
Yes!
yes. um, and also Rodney was seen with the
Ooh,
blondie.
yep. Everyone was kind of
Yep.
saying it looked like Jess at first, but it's not Jess. But definitely kind of a
Mhm.
Jess lookalike from Zach's season. And so you might not,
Be curious to know if it is a Bachelor
it
girl.
doesn't look like it. We'll have it here on the
Mhm.
screen on YouTube. But it means we probably won't see him on Bachelor in Paradise. And will we never get Rodney as our Bachelor? I know a lot of people were really rooting for him. So we'll keep our eye out on this developing story.
So, Teddie, who was from Clayton season, and she was just on Bachelor in Paradise liking Andrew. She is engaged and she is talking about how it's gonna be a short engagement. She's already hired a wedding planner. So I'm like thinking she's gonna be getting married before a lot of these big runners that we've been waiting to get married, like Caitlyn and Jason. You think before Hannah G and
Their day
Dylan?
is
That's
in August,
August.
but like I don't know what it could be. They could be doing like early summer. I don't know. I
That
shit's
would be
short.
quick.
I don't know. And then we also have Caitlyn and Jason, Kaylin and Dean, Becca and Thomas. Like all these people we've been waiting for a while, and then all of a sudden Teddie might pop up there and get married first.
Wait, Teddy's a virgin, right?
Oh, you know what? She might be. That might have been.
So that might be the short
Oh, I
engagement.
get it. Sometimes you just need the D. But that is
No, I don't
up. That
know.
is all for our Bachelor news. Let's get into Love is Blind recap, part 3. Love is Blind, part 3 episodes coming in hot. We watched them all, and honestly, the gist of it is Jackie is now public enemy numero uno. She's up there with Bartise. Some people
Juan
say
Pablo, if you're a Bachelor fan.
Pablo, she's in that TV villain Hall of Fame. Ooh, what if she shows up on Traitors? This
Ooh.
that could be
I don't
interesting.
want to give her any more attention though. I'm
True,
done.
that's true. Marshall on Traitor, but no, they would never. Marshall is not a traitor. But yeah, let's just. We already kind of talked about it earlier when we were going over through Love Is Blind news, kind of all the in real time stuff that's happening with Jackie and Marshall. Do you have any extra thoughts on like what went down? So like they broke up. They did not make it even to the wedding, and correct me if I'm wrong. Is there any other season where 2 couples end it before getting to the wedding part?
Who's the other couple that broke up?
Zach and Irina.
Oh yeah, I don't even count them as a couple.
Well, we'll try to think because we were thinking that we're like, oh, is this the first time someone's broken up before? And then we're like, no, Diamond and what's his face from season 1. So that's kind of what happened
Mhm.
with Zach and Irina.
Oh yeah.
But have they ever gotten this far, like before the bachelorette parties?
Mm-mm.
No. So, I mean, it had to have been bad and a big change. And my question is, are we going to see a sneakeroo? Is Josh all of a sudden going to be in Marshall's place and they're going to have a wedding?
I hope not. No, there was no preview for that.
That's true. They would, maybe unless they're like really trying to bury it for a surprise.
I guess
We
so.
do see Marshall on wedding days, though. He is Brett's one of Brett's groomsmen.
Oh, I love their friendship. I
So cute.
really love that might be my favorite couple of the whole thing.
Same. They're like my favorite of the season for sure. Now let's get into Brett and Tiffany. more times of them not having problems. I mean, she was stressed out at the wedding, but I don't even consider that like a problem. That's just like being human.
Yeah, that was definitely more about the wedding too than even their relationship. The only thing she was like, I just don't think that necessarily she's been a girl that's like, oh, like I can't wait for my wedding day. I have this and this
Yeah.
and this. Cause she even like when she was picking out her dress, she was talking with her mom. They're like, we never thought this day would even come. Like you've never been like the wedding kind of girl.
Yeah, I feel
And
like that's our
so
family, and, like, if I ever get pregnant, they'll be like, "We didn't think this day was ever gonna get come."
yeah. So, I love them. The way that Brett talked about Tiffany to his friends,
So cute.
I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Because last week you were saying, "I don't think Brett tells her how he feels enough," but I was like, he laid it on thick
Yeah,
these
maybe he
last
just
3
needs an
episodes."
audience.
Yeah, I guess so.
One thing that stood out to me of I guess it was the bachelorette party of the friends talking to Tiffany that they have not had real conflict yet. That's a little scary, not knowing like,
Mhm,
Brett could be the most amazing guy in the world, Tiffany could be too, and they love each other and everything, but if how they handle conflict is like triggers for the one another or like you if you don't know how that goes, it could be a little scary.
when you fight, a different part of you can come out, and you have to learn to be better, and I feel like your partner helps you learn to be better and things like that. So, but if that partner like triggers you and you guys both escalate and it gets to a bad place, like I don't know. They both seem like good people, but who like fighting not like out of hand, like
Yeah.
violent, but
But
you
they
know what
do
I mean, just
yeah.
like
But
not
they
work
do
well.
seem very committed and,
Mhm.
willing to work through those things as they come. And,
Yeah.
if they have that, like, deep love and respect for each other, they can
Mhm.
probably go over everything. Do I
Yeah.
recommend getting married so fast? Probably not, but
Mhm.
they're gonna have to deal with it whether they're married at that point or not, if they're even just still in a relationship. So,
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. I mean, if Brent and Tiffany aren't together at that reunion, I will revolt. Like,
I'll
I
be
will
shocked.
it's up there with Taylor Swift and Joe Alwyn breaking up. Like, it's pretty, like, I just they've been what's, like, made me still believe in love this season because everyone else is mostly trash people. Alright, let's move to Kwame and Chelsea.
Okay, that photo shoot. Wow, that was something.
Chelsea's so funny. Yeah, it was an interesting photo shoot for someone to put on TV, and like it's her
Yeah.
dream to have always done that. I don't know. It was just a little odd, but for me, it was the very beginning that shopping scene. And it was just that passive aggressiveness, the awkwardness, the pure hate for one another. And then Chelsea like pretending that they're like a lovey dovey couple, like shoving food in his face.
And he's
It's
like,
just
"I hate
so
this."
wrong. It's all of it's wrong. And I actually saw something I want your opinion on. Kwame has met everyone in Chelsea's life. Chelsea's been such this open book. Nick Viall actually said this. He's like, he doesn't even think that the mom was on the phone. Like he has been fake. We haven't met any of his friends. Even the people who went to his like fitting or whatever were Love Is Blind people. He
Mhm.
didn't bring one person from his real life into the show. Okay, now
Well, at the wedding he does though.
let's skip to the wedding. People are pretty convinced the sister's an actor. Like, how
No.
can the sister not see what's going on? Like the part where they're like at the end of the aisle waiting for his time to go down. Like, what did
I
you
think she
think of
just
those
thinks he's
minutes?
nervous.
I mean, I love the sister. Don't get me wrong; they were so cute, and
And
I'm
she is
hoping.
rocking that orange outfit.
Oh, best
Beautiful.
dress. Actually, Chelsea, I thought was really beautiful as well. If she took off that necklace, boom, like she looked
I
fire.
didn't love the hair up because I just am more of a hair down type of
Oh,
girl, but
I liked it on her specifically. It was something a little
mhm,
different. The
yeah.
updo, but like I
But
just
yes, let's get back for a minute though to
okay.
this shopping scene.
Okay.
I'm just so confused with like it was very obvious that he was upset and she was just like
Don't
not
give
gonna
a fuck.
have it. Not gonna have it at all. And then when they sat down to have this conversation, Kwame starts saying, like, when I asked you this morning, like, how are you doing? And you like pretty much attacked me and like, how do you think I'm doing? Or like whatever the response was.
Yeah.
She was just like, why are it like you saw it in her face, why are you saying this on camera right now? Because like that was an off camera moment. I personally think Chelsea acts way different off camera and
I
wants
could
to
see
like
that.
show this love thing. And he's like, what the crap, girlfriend? You are crazy. And because she said, why are you throwing me under the bus? I could throw you under the bus. Do you want me to do that right now? So it was like, what? Like,
So
why did that
interesting.
not draw more attention? Because like what could she say about him? Like, what is going on? I just don't
Because
I
there's
don't
real Chelsea stands out there. And for like, do you think it's all an act? Or do you think she's literally so oblivious that Kwame wants nothing to do with her? Do you think she's trying to be the deep D of the season?
I don't think it's an act.
I
I
mean,
don't
she
think it's
does
an
say I
act.
do, but maybe she says I do at the wedding, knowing that Kwame will say no and making him the bad guy. I don't know. Kwame's the
Mhm.
real bad guy no matter what, honestly. I don't really
Yeah, I
care.
think that she truly wants to be with him, and I do think that I mean, he does give her a lot of validation too. Like, he's still like, yeah, they have those weird times, but then he does, like, respond and say, "I love you, da 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 da," you know? So, I would be
Yeah.
confused,
The
especially
words and actions aren't lining up.
no, I agree.
Like, it's gonna be a hot mess. Like, what do you think Chelsea's gonna do when he says I don't? Because there's no realm of possibility he says yes.
Yeah, and honestly, I think that maybe I'm off on this, but I think if Chelsea really, like, loved him, I feel like she would have said no for him, knowing that he wants his mom there and maybe tried to
Mm.
figure out the relationship, like, meeting his family
Mm.
first and going through a different
She
avenue.
seems so unbothered by his mom not being there. People were
Well, yeah,
saying
and
that,
that's
like,
kind
why?
of a it's also kind of a big deal because, like, she does I mean, his
It's
mom doesn't want him to marry a white woman
yeah.
from what it sounds like.
Yeah, it's like,
And so that's, like, not just like a, "I don't want you to get married through the show." It's kind of like a bigger thing than that because of their culture and stuff, like
yeah.
but, like, yeah, I think I would be a little confused with, like, well, why are you like, do you and that would make me think, like, do you wanna marry me? If you care so much what your mom thinks and you know that she's not gonna change how she feels,
Yeah.
but then the sister's like, "Oh, once they meet Chelsea, they'll love her."
Yeah, they make
It's
it feel
very
like a
confusing.
non-issue. That's why she's an actress.
Yeah, and that's his best friend, his mom, but his mom won't talk to him?
I don't know. It's sketch. It's
Yeah.
sketch. And let's go to Paul and Micah. Because we talked in the Love is Blind news section earlier about Micah's runaway bride post. Like, what did you think about them? They're just confusing. They just like, oh, I just miss you. Stay like always saying how much I miss you, and
Paul was so sweet. I don't remember who we were talking about someone else basically saying I think it might have been Kwame, like, saying that the way he feels about Chelsea was basically the way she likes him so much and she
mm-hmm.
this versus, like, she's she's kind, she's funny, she's
Yeah.
this, all those things. But Paul was like, "I love her for so many reasons that have nothing to do with our connection." And I was like,
Oh,
"Oh,
Paul's a
Paul."
sweetheart. I
Paul is
love Paul.
Marcus.
I know he
Paul
is.
is Marcus.
I know.
100% Marcus.
I know. Um,
And so you were gonna say Micah and Paul, like, they want to live different places, they want all this thing. But towards the end, he said he's willing to move to Scottsdale.
and then he's like, not move, but like visit. I don't.
And he said, but I'm not gonna say that though, because I could change my mind. I've never been there before. So he's open to it.
Yeah, it's true. I'm confused because then also
I think they're cute.
her stupid friends are now like saying it's not for him, it's not for him. But then you see her in her like interviews or whatever, and she just like, I just love him so much, and just
Hmm.
like, it sucks though that I have to like try to like prove it to these people.
Hmm. Oh,
I
and
don't
that drunk phone
know.
call to him
Oh, yeah, the
during her
drunk phone
bachelorette
call.
party. I'm
Yeah.
coming. I'm coming to you.
They're just really confusing to me, and I can't pin it. I can't figure out what it is.
I think that they're very different people. I think that
He's
Micah
marrying
probably
his
normally
mom.
Yeah, and I think Micah doesn't normally go for guys like him, but I think she should maybe. Um, I think maybe he brings out a better person in her, and her friends don't like a better person because 'cause they're not good people, you know?
Yeah.
I kind of hope that they make it, but I'm doubtful, but I like these couple of episodes, I actually really liked them a
Yeah,
lot.
I mean, we didn't think that who was it, Matt and Colleen would get married, and they're still together. And I think Paul and Micah make a lot better couple than those two.
Colleen and Matt are more comparable to Kwame and Chelsea, in
Yeah,
my opinion.
as far as I know, they still don't live together.
So weird.
So weird. We're gonna
But they
get
post, like, pictures.
we're gonna get a divorce announcement sooner rather than later.
Hmm.
All right, now let's talk about our last couple, Zach and Bliss. I loved when they met her mom, and she's like, I'm a mom to Bliss, and then I'll be a mom to you too.
No, Bliss and her mom's, like, that family, gold,
I
gold. Like, what a lucky man to not have a family and be able to go into that family. They were so loving, so kind, so understanding, saw the love between them, which I think is really validating for Bliss.
and didn't give
Um,
him too hard of a time with the
mm-mm.
second proposal thing.
Yeah, if anything, I do think that, like, maybe it's even more validating because, like,
If he's not feeling it, he'll be like, nope.
yeah,
He's not just like
yeah,
going through the motions. And I love
mhm,
Zach. I think we're seeing more and more of him. He's not some people's type of person, and that's
like her
okay.
dad's.
Yes, like Bliss's dad. I mean, I would like, I don't know. What do you think our parents would do? I think mom wouldn't risk pissing me off. I think we had that type of relationship. She would maybe do it to you
I
just because you
think
guys are closer.
I think that both of our, like, mom and Nick and then dad and Sam, I I think that they would, in front of everybody, be like, "Okay, this is weird," but I think they'd be kind and everything. I think maybe there would be a separate conversation, like, alone. I don't think that they would act anyway the way Bliss's dad did.
Yeah, dad really can't. We've given him so much grace on all of his relationships. He can
Yeah, if he if
bring
he
down.
came at us about that, I would be like, "Do you wanna have this conversation on national TV, buddy?"
You pull a Chelsea. You'd be like, I can talk about it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I love them. I want them to get married so bad. I
Mhm.
think they do. Will they be together at the reunion? Zach's hair really makes me nervous. He has a beard, and I just think Bliss would not let her man look like that.
I also think that Bliss is, like, so kind, so beautiful, but so smart, and I think the smartness is why she matches well with Zach, and even Zach talking to her and she says "but," or he says "but," and she's like, "When you say 'but,' it means it negates everything you just said." And then he kept saying it, and she's like, "Okay, I'll allow you to say it, but I'll know that it doesn't mean that." And so I just think that
Very
that's, like, good for
lawyer.
Zach. Yeah, she's able to go back at him because at first when I was seeing those interactions, I was like, I don't really like that he's talking to her like that or making her," but she does it back to him, and maybe that's just, like, how they get along. They, like, kind of challenge each other
Yeah.
intellectually.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Mhm.
Speaking of how Zach looks in that like live reunion promo, people are thinking because of the way Paul looks, he's got a little more shape. He's got a little more. People think she's for sure with Micah because of what he looks like on the thing.
That's funny.
So it'll be kind of interesting to see how that goes. And I actually TikTok stalked Paul, and he has like a cooking TikTok where he just cooks. I had to change my underwear. Like
I
I
actually love Paul. I
Paul
love
is
Paul.
amazing. Love
Mhm.
him. So I mean, we kind of same predictions as last time. I don't think anything changed. We think Brett and
My only additional prediction
yeah,
is Marshall for Bachelor.
yes. Yes. So that's I don't know. Do you have anything else? Any last thoughts on Love Is Blind? We're gonna be together this weekend for the finale and for the live reunion. Um, so you might see us in the same place on the next podcast. We'll see. We haven't fully figured it out yet, but we will be together having a watch party, and we can't wait. We have new episodes every Wednesday where we give you reality TV news, and on Bachelor Off Season, we are diving in full force to Love is Blind recaps.
Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit on the bell notification on YouTube, as well as rate and review on Apple Podcast. Email us at stopwearingmyclothespodcast@gmail.com or leave us a voicemail in the link below. Any hot takes or comments, we'd love to hear from you.
Give us a follow on TikTok and Instagram at Stop Wearing My Clothes Pod, where we post daily, more than just daily, lots. We post a lot. So we give you everything you need, reality TV tea. And follow us on Twitter also at Stop Wearing My. I'm thinking I'm going to try to live tweet the Love is Blind reunion, so watch out for that. See you next time.